Hi, welcome back to Panda Reacts. I'm Sandra, and this is Ken.
Hi.
And Panda's with us today for Outlander Season 7, Episode 5. So, we did one yesterday to catch up, so this one is actually did come out yesterday. So, it's the brand new episode for the week. So, yesterday when we watched it, a lot went down. Jamie was conscripted. William was almost an amputee. Ian was in both stories. And we met some new characters who are also going to join the Continental Army. Is that what they're called?
Yep.
Continental Army.
Rolo got out of rehab.
Rolo was finally seen. And just like the littlest hobo moved on with Ian. If you get that reference. Oh, and Bree and Roger are doing stuff in the 80s.
They're underwater
Get
on their house renovation.
Finding gold. And dealing with Jemmy and some kind of mythical creatures. Some biscuits and cookies have disappeared. So we will see. Maybe we'll find out what's going on in this episode. We'll have to see. So, without further ado, we'll just get straight to it.
We've waited long enough.
What you waiting for?
Well, there's only a certain amount, right? Just doesn't want to read them all at once. It's like, then they're gone forever. She's trying to spread them out, so they live longer in reality for her.
June 18th.
Meanwhile, I've been helping the sick and injured under one Lieutenant Stacktoe. A man who thinks he's a surgeon but isn't, and thinks that I am not because I am a woman.
We've been here before.
Once again, having made his way north by land, gathering information from the Indian
Rolo!
Where a goat can go, a man can go. So, and where a man can go, he can drag a gun. Cannon fire will reach us.
No man could drag a cannon to that summit, Outlander or otherwise. General St. Clair would agree with me. I assure you, Burgoyne will not dare attack from the
You know this is exactly what they're gonna do.
Yeah, of course.
You are dismissed, Colonel Fraser.
Hey! Fine. Suck it. Who's that?
Well met all. Where are you bound? Towards Albany. Ah, you're on the wrong road, sir. Why don't you come back to my house? My wife would be pleased to offer you a supper and a bed.
That's quite generous of you.
Who the heck are you? I trust nobody.
And bring your hard hat home with you.
Why?
I thought you could wear it to bed.
Oh. Can do that.
Maintenance and repairs.
Yep, you could do this. Don't let the men make you feel bad.
This is Mr. Mackenzie, your new plant inspector.
Ladies first. You can take my torch if you want.
Thanks.
Don't you dare lock her in there.
Hello?
Jerks. Doesn't even work. It's a stone. It's a... It's a traveling thing. Oh my goodness.
The General received word Grant is staying in the village of Shadow Lake. You ought to deliver a letter, which will contain within it important
I
information.
know of the village, but respectfully, sir, can you kindly ask the General to send another scout?
Why is that?
There are personal reasons, sir.
Unfortunately, Mr. Murray, war does not allow for personal reasons. The General requires that you leave today.
Great.
Let's say it didn't go that well the last time.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering how they come to be.
Ian, I refuse to believe that you don't know how babies are made.
I want to know why.
Oh,
Because we got a little bit of an issue to deal with.
yeah.
I went wrong. What's wrong with me?
Aw,
Do you think anything's wrong with you?
The sperm?
the sperm.
I wondered if there might be something wrong with mine.
Oh,
Could you maybe look?
aw.
I don't think that would help.
He'd need a microscope.
I would need a microscope.
Yeah.
Mr. Johnson, I couldn't sleep either.
What the? What do you want? What's happening? Why are they after him? Yeah.
Well, I guess violence is done on their behalf.
Oh my god. What the heck was that? What's the point? I knew I shouldn't have trusted that dude.
Scouts caught a British regular.
Have you talked to General Fermoy?
Yeah, but he didn't listen.
Fermoy's not particularly receptive to the concerns of his subordinates.
Yes,
He sounds like an ass.
he is.
He's a very proud man.
He's also French.
Get up there, but
Boy, they get around fast in this show. It's like, that's probably like
3 months
miles.
journey.
It's like so long.
May I meet your son?
Well, he looks like a right Scottish little imp.
Wait a second. He's mine.
must attend to my daughter.
That's Ian's son. Clearly.
Are you English, brother?
I am. Your mother taught you English.
Yes. My grandmother talks about you.
What did she say?
She says I'm the child of your spirit.
Is she?
Yeah, a little more than that.
Say so to my father.
Oh, my goodness.
Will you choose a name for him? Of your people? For when he walks in that world?
Well, it hasn't been hidden from him, has it?
Mm-hmm.
Just from Ian.
Your name is Ian James.
Ian James. I like it.
Oh my goodness. Now he's happy. Where's he going?
Jimmy.
Geography by the ears. In this classroom, we speak English. Am I in trouble?
No.
Give me your son.
You're not mad.
Not at you. No, what they did was very
You're
bad.
to speak Gaelic.
I
Yeah.
promise.
Why is he not allowed to speak Gaelic? What's wrong with that?
Pick up your wrappers. Don't leave your rubbish out here anymore.
Stop my rubbish, Dad.
Who the hell's living out there, man? Somebody's living in that bush.
I'm in charge here, sir. We'll do this my way, and we will cut below the knee.
I'm sorry,
Especially
what?
might lose.
Mrs. Fraser,
You may move along, madam. We've work to do.
No.
please. Is it true?
What were you debating?
Nothing for you to remark upon.
Excuse me?
We were discussing the degree of amputation required. The good surgeon wishes to cut below the knee to preserve the joint.
I'm inclined to agree with Lieutenant Stacto.
Well, I believe we must perform a mid-femoral amputation. Walter has a popliteal aneurysm, meaning that...
The artery's in danger of rupturing.
Yes.
You're right. I'll go fetch some boiling water
Boiling water?
to sterilize the instruments to prevent post-operative infection.
Mrs. Fraser, you will not subject my blades to boiling water. It will ruin the temper of the metal.
Hot water will do nothing but clean them. And I can't let you use a dirty blade on this man.
Let me. I do not need your permission, madam.
Perhaps I should perform the operation, Lieutenant. As the Surgeon with a degree in medicine.
Yes, because you don't have anything. So back
Would you
up.
assist me?
Yeah,
Good.
because she has a degree
Dr.
too.
Hunter. Butcher this man however you like. But you won't be using my equipment.
You know what? Kind of a jerk.
No matter. I have a set of my own. To fetch them,
So,
along with a pan of boiling water.
ha ha ha. Well, here comes Dum Dum.
There is. See for yourself.
I'm showing you I was right.
I sent my Highlanders up there to the
Dumbass.
top of the mountain with a cannon.
Is that our cannon?
Yes.
And our soldiers?
My men hold it to the summit this morning. We have permission for the captain of artillery.
Ha ha.
If they can do it, you can be sure Simon Fraser and his men will too.
What are you doing?
How dare you humiliate me, sir? Disobey my order with this reckless public spectacle. I should put you in chains for your insubordination. Fortunately for you, I cannot spare a single soldier. If and when the British attack by land, we need every man inside to defend the fort.
Suppose I'll be seeing Murray?
I suppose so.
Ooh.
Yeah. She likes him. There's nothing with William. William was just helping them. You're wrong. There's no
Well, he might
triangle.
fancy her though.
I don't think so.
That's healing nicely.
And then when I finally got out, all of my co-workers applauded.
No, they didn't.
You were really brave, Mama.
If you should put your knuckles back on.
No.
Jem, what's going on?
It wasn't me. I swear. She saw someone outside and was scared, but I didn't see anyone.
Mandy, honey, hey. Did you see someone outside?
In that clovey.
Or maybe she did see someone.
Who is it? Uh-huh.
Que Dieu vous maudisse.
Yeah, he told you. Dumb, stupid moron.
God's cannon will likely reach the summit by daybreak. How is it we were not prepared for this?
No one could have foreseen it, sir.
Do we think their cannon can reach our walls?
I think they can, sir. God's blood.
And I told you, French dude, you didn't listen. I told you. And then you're like, nobody could have foreseen it.
There's something I have to do.
I gotta go kick some dude butt. Hello.
Wrong place, lassie. Knitting clubs down the street.
Look, you had your fun and games yesterday. We'll call it a clean slate. But if you ever do anything like that again, I will have the lot of you fired.
Yep.
And don't call me Han.
They couldn't carry him to the boat? I don't understand.
He's just freshly sewed up.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
look, the
I mean, like,
sutures.
put him on a cot.
You know what? The bouncing around and stuff like that happens when you're on a stretcher.
I guess so. All right, that was episode 5. And it was a pretty good one. Lots of good stuff went down. So we'll just go with 1980s to start with. So a lot of weird stuff going on in 1980. So there's definitely someone lurking in the bushes outside Lollybrook and leaving litter everywhere. It's not a very clean person. Very, very, very much a pig. So
Maybe it's Mr. Bug. He's lived forever.
what if it was? I don't know. Somehow somebody is living out there, and Jemmy is afraid of that person, and so Mandy saw them peeking in a window, I think, so she was really upset about that. So, Roger went out for a hot second, but didn't see anyone, but someone was watching them.
Because they put the camera in the woods, so make the horror film watch you from the woods. Watching
you from the woods. Bree started her new job, and as predicted, the dudes treated her like crap. They flippin' locked her in a cave in one of the tunnels under the dam. But weirdly enough, while she was finding her way back, because she was able to turn the lights on in the whole system, because she had one of her matches with her.
That's right.
She passed through what seemed to be an essence of the time shift.
A portal to the unknown.
Because it buzzed and she couldn't stand the sound. That's what she hears. Yeah. And it was kind of mirrory and shimmery. And I wasn't sure if she'd gone through it and end up another time. But she didn't go forward or back in time. It just seemed to be in the middle of the lake.
Yeah.
I think it's in the middle of the dam. It's possible that when they built the dam, they built it on top of another portal. That's very possible. So,
well, you flood all the land around the dam, so
yeah,
so the dam is built. So
clearly, it might have been there.
Might have been there.
So, she did get out and then told the boys if they ever did that to her again, she'd fire all of them because she's their boss. Ha ha ha! Good, fire them all. That was so mean. So yeah, that was really ridiculous. Don't lock someone in a dark cavern and walk away.
Well, and she got her name changed from Hen to Gov, which means now she's the boss.
Because she is. She is the boss.
Yeah.
So then Jemmy and Mandy were saying that they like to go to the graveyard to talk to Jamie. They haven't found a grave for Jamie there, but Jemmy says that he's there. So we all know that Jemmy has a crazy sixth sense and some kind of weird psychic ability, and I do believe that Jamie and Jemmy are connected, and Jamie's able to see Jemmy in the future.
Yeah.
So it's very possible he does feel that spirit or ghost there, that ripple of time or whatever it might be. And he got in trouble at school for talking Gaelic, and they did something horrible to him, like dragged him by his ear and
strapped him.
They strapped him.
Yeah. Got free with the belt.
Dude, in 1980, that wasn't allowed here. You couldn't strap a kid.
Yeah, that came to an end in 1970 here.
Yeah. So they're a little bit behind the times. So Jemmy was thinking he'd be in trouble, but no, of course not. It was clearly nothing Jemmy did. He was treated horribly. So, yeah, I hope Roger goes down there or Bree goes down there and kicks some serious butt at that school, because that's not okay. Or remove him from that school and put him in a decent school. Nobody should treat... Oh, yeah, they were mean to him because he was Catholic.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculous. So stupid. So, yeah, anyway. So then back in the past... We were at the fort.
Fort Ticonderoga.
Oh, well, maybe we should start with William. So William was with Rachel and Daniel, and they were on their way to the fork in the road. And they ended up meeting this guy on the street who I was like, no, this guy is sketchy. And so they went and had dinner at his house. And then they tried to murder William and them in their sleep. Luckily, the stew was so disgusting, William woke up in the middle of the night feeling like crap, just in time to almost get knifed. So he fire pokered the dude right through the middle, and then knocked the wife clean out. Flat out punched her out. Yeah, finger to the face. So, and he admitted that was the first time that he'd ever killed somebody.
Yeah,
So that was interesting. And then they split on the road. He is going north, which is what I expect, because I thought he was supposed to go up north, and then the siblings headed off to the fort.
Is he going to Quebec?
I don't know. In the book, he heads to Quebec, but that's a different mission entirely. I think he has to go back to the dude he started the mission from, because he found out that Samuel Cartwright was at the fort, but he didn't go to the fort. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why he didn't go to the fort. I thought he was supposed to go to deliver a message. But anyway, back at the fort, Jamie was not being listened to.
No.
As per usual.
He was right again, also as per usual.
He's like, they can get to us from the top. Well, no, maybe Highlanders can climb that because they're like goats. And he's like, yeah.
When you're
It's not an insult.
When your opposing general is named Simon Fraser, it might give away the fact that they might have some Highlanders in the crew.
Yeah.
And this is, in fact, what happened to Fort Ticonderoga. So it was taken by Burgoyne's forces after they hauled cannon up the hill and pointed it at the fort.
Yes, because Ken had to look it up to make sure.
I was sure of that. But
so
hey,
Jamie's cousin was leading the other side. So Jamie was pretty sure that was going to happen. Of course, the French general was being a jerk. And the American general was like, what? Who didn't plan for this? And the French general was like, nobody could have seen this happen. Anyway, the French general, Jamie was like, Jamie even showed him that you could haul a cannon up there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, how dare you take your men and do this? Trying to make me look stupid, make a fool out of me. I'm like, no, you're doing a good job of that all by yourself, sir. And then he pretended like he never heard that could happen.
Who could have foreseen this?
Well, who was it foreseen? And nobody spoke up and said, well, Jamie did. But this douche kebab wasn't listening. Anyway, so, yep, sure enough, the British showed up on the hill, and we knew they could cannonball them, so they said, guess what?
We must bravely run away.
Let's get out. Skedaddle. So they took off. They basically had to evacuate, but they left our man Walter behind. Walter had an amputation done. I think he was going to drink that whole laudanum right out. I think he was going to commit the suicide. Because they left him behind. I feel they could have carried him out on a cot and put him in a boat. But no, apparently not. Gotta leave the dude behind.
Tear the sutures or cause a problem like that, he could die.
He's going to die anyway.
No, why would he die anyway?
Well, it looked to me like he was going to off himself.
I don't think so.
I think so. He was looking at that bottle pretty, like she said, don't take it all at once. Anyway, Ian was told to go back to his Mohawk village and get them to join the effort or something of the sort. And he was like, I don't want to do that because I was kind of told to leave that village because I was a weak spirit. Then he had a little sperm talk with Claire. And asked her, her medical opinion on why he couldn't have kids. And she's like, we don't know that for sure, and we can't look at your little spermies because I don't have a microscope. As you remember, either in the movie or in the show or in the book, Jamie did look at his. I think that was done in the TV show, but I know it was done in the book. So anyway, Ian hightails it back to the Mohawk village in breakneck speed time. This is the craziest thing. These people get places like that, and it's like, that would take 6 months to get there. Time really flies. And he wanted to meet Emily's son. He's like, hi, Emily, or her Aboriginal name. And then out comes this little white boy. Whose son could this be? Clearly it's Ian's. And it hasn't been hidden from the child. The child was told that he has Ian's spirit. And he knew Ian was his father. And Ian was like,
super excited.
This is the best day of my whole life. What was he called? A sprinting lizard or something? Was his Aboriginal name. And then they asked him to name him a white man name as well, so when he walks in their world. So his name is Ian James, and the little boy was pretty dang thrilled. So Ian was sad until this thing happened. He was like, I have a kid. What the heck? I missed out on this little kid's life. He's a real sweetheart too. So yeah, I guess the good part about the Mohawk is dealing with spirits, you don't tend to worry, I guess, too much about paternity tests. It was clear that child was at least half white. And Ian knew right away. As I don't think Emily at first was like, "Oh, you really do? You want to meet my son?"
Okay, sure.
Well, okay. I don't think she knew how he'd take it, to be honest. But that's a proof that it's not his fault. These things happen.
Yeah.
Claire was just explaining to him that it's more common than you think. People hide it. People don't talk about it. It happens. And without modern medicine at that time, it was a really common thing. So that's why people had so many kids. They died of all sorts of things.
Lose a third of them, so you got to make sure you have.
One
extras.
remains. Sometimes when I'm doing my genealogy research, the whole family gets wiped out. Like there's no surviving kids. So you could have 12 and none of them have any kids. So it's just like, whoa, nobody survived that. So yeah, I thought that story was super cute. I really liked it. Still, none of this is in my book, so at least I haven't reached that part yet. So, all the Bree stuff, I haven't got to her working at the dam, although that might have been something they added for TV. I'm not sure, but I guess I'll find out. I'm trying to read as fast as I can, and yet they're way ahead of me.
Better hurry up, Panda.
I don't know if they're even on the same book. They might have moved on to the next book. Anyway, it was a good episode. I enjoyed all of the stories. And I don't enjoy the pompous men, but you always have them not believing, or Jamie wouldn't look as awesome as he does. So, and that's it. So, anyway, leave a comment. Don't spoil anything, because I haven't read that far yet. And, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye!